Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach b'ruchim habayim. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This week we'll be reading Parashat Vayakel. It's also Shabbat Parah, which means there'll be two Sifrei Torah, and the Maftir will be reading Parah. In this week's Parashat Vayakel and next week Pikudeh, which is usually together most years, it speaks about the repetition of the past few parashiot of the building of the Mishkan. This week speaks about the kelim, next week it speaks about the clothing of the kuhuna, and it speaks about after collecting all the money and the materials they needed for the Mishkan, they're taking the plan to action, they got a contractor, Bezalel, and they're going to start building the Mishkan. There's a very interesting word in the first pasuk of Aliyat Sheni. The pasuk starts off saying, Vayavo kol ish asher nisa'o libo, that all the men that came and donated and gave things for the Mishkan came to start building it and helping. The question is, why does it say nisa'o libo, that their heart desired? It should say nediv libo, like it says in the beginning of the parasha and the past parashiot, that they donated and their heart gave. But why does it say nisa'o libo? Why does it say that their heart desired? So to answer this, we have to say a story with Rav Moshe Shapira. Many years ago in Berlin, he went to go collect for the yeshiva, and he went to a city. In that city, they gave him a list of people that usually donate to the Bet Knesset and to the yeshiva, and every person had a number. The number was however much they could afford. So he went to this gavir, he went to this person, and the person gave him 500 loits. In those days, that was the money. And the rabbi looked at the paper, and it says he only could afford 300. So the rabbi gave him 200 back. The person goes, Rabbi, why are you giving me money back? He said, it says you only could afford 300, so I'm giving you 200 back. He laughed. He told the rabbi, you don't understand. Keep the 500. The evaluation that the city made was technical, how much I could afford with my bank statements. But my heart says I should give 500, and I want to give 500 and take it and keep the money. The rabbi was very impressed with that, and he used that story many times in the future. How does it help us in this pasuk? The Ramban explains that the reason it says nisa'o libo is because when the Jews came to build the Mishkan, they did not know how to build the Mishkan. They did not know how to do the weaves. They did not know how to build the kelim. There were so many different intricate rules and instructions. It wasn't just putting brick and cement. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of calculations. They didn't know how to do it. But the Ramban writes, Vayavo kol ish asher nisa'o libo, all the men that their heart desired to build the Mishkan, and their heart wanted to fulfill HaKadosh Baruch Hu's commandment of building the Mishkan, they succeeded and they were able to build the Mishkan. And this is what we learned from the story also. That the person was telling the rabbi, yes, maybe I could only afford 300, but my heart wants to give more, so I want to give you 500. This is a lesson, Rabotai, we can learn for every day in our lives. Many times we think things are impossible. Many times we have challenges in life. Whether it's Shalom Bayit, Parnasah, children, we have nisyonot that God gives us. And physically, mentally, our head tries to block us, or our friends try to block us. But if our heart desires to do something, nothing could stop it. And you'll fulfill the mitzvah, you'll fulfill the commandment. If your neshama wants to do it, you'll do it. Sometimes it's hard to go to minyan. It's hard to keep Shabbat. It's hard to keep kashrut. It's hard to put on tefillin every day, to learn a few minutes a day. But if our heart really desires, like in the Mishkan, they didn't know how to build. But every man that had a desire in his heart, nisa'o libo, he built the Mishkan and he was able to succeed. So too, Be'ezat Hashem, if we take this lesson from the Mishkan, we take this lesson the Ramban is telling us, that if our heart desires to do something, nothing could stop it. Be'ezat Hashem, will have shalom in Am Yisrael, and we'll have peace, and we'll have the Geulah very soon, and we'll see the Mashiach very soon. Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.